Changed my diet at 30 years old, and I had all of my personal bests after 30 years old with the new vegan and vegetarian diet.
I do feel the best I've ever felt in my life, in my 32 years, physically. I can't imagine going back.
I watched a movie called Forks Over Knives, and it completely changed my world. I realized that I had been betrayed my whole life about what was healthy for the human body. Plant-based food is a silver bullet. You have a lower incidence of health issues, of heart disease, diabetes, cancers, autoimmune issues. It's good for you, it's good for the planet, it's good for the animals.
Like there's things that I see my friends eating, and I used to eat it. And I'm like, I feel sick to think what you're putting in your body.
I don't need a dead animal or dead piece of flesh to go into my live body.
When you're eating meat, you're just eating dead flesh anyway, and you have to season that. So why can't you season other things to get the same flavor?
It took 24 hours to clean out our kitchen and go plant-based.
There's nothing on this planet that doesn't want to live.
Animals live, they breathe, they have relationships, they have feelings.
The people who own the factory farms do everything in their power to make sure we don't know what goes on there.
Millions of animals right now spend their lives in a cage with their beaks torn off, living in hostile situations, unable to stand from the weight of the bodies they have been bred into.
We feel entitled to artificially inseminate a cow, and when she gives birth, we steal her baby, even though her cries of anguish are unmistakable. And then we take her milk that's intended for a calf, and we put it in our coffee and our cereal. We're talking about the fight against the belief that one nation, one people, one race, one gender, or one species has the right to dominate, control, and use and exploit another with impunity.
Every creature on the planet should be allowed to have its own life and its own will.
Vegan lifestyle is the ultimate protest against animal exploitation.
When you go plant-based, everything changes, and you have this clarity that happens, this energy. I've talked to so many people that have gone plant-based, and I do think that it almost takes you to a level of being more open and being more awake, more conscious.
When we use love and compassion as our guiding principles, we can create, develop, and implement systems of change that are beneficial to all sentient beings and to the environment.
You can't be an environmentalist. You can't be an ocean steward without truly walking the walk, and you can't walk the walk not eating a plant-based diet.
When you think about a better tomorrow, you think about veganism in the world.
If we don't do something now, our children will turn around one day and wonder why we didn't do something.
With the mounting evidence, compassion, our health, the environment, water pollution, supporting developing countries, food security, rising population, sustainability, the rainforest. When people ask, why are you vegan? Perhaps the question should be, why are you?
When he was 17, my brother wrote this lyric. He said, "Run to the rescue with love and peace."
What we're trying to eliminate is unnecessary suffering and cruelty. And as far as factory farming is concerned, it may as well be the definition of cruelty.
It's important we really allow ourselves to witness, to bear witness, and to be interested in where our food comes from and the lives of the animals that end up on our plate, what they're really like.
Animals are the most innocent beings, and yet we do the worst things to them.
There was so much suffering in animal production, in clothing and entertainment, and I didn't want to be contributing to that suffering anymore.
I like animals, all animals. I wouldn't hurt a cat or a dog, or a chicken or a cow, and I wouldn't ask someone else to hurt them for me.
C'est notre responsabilité que de nous mobiliser pour les plus faibles, pour ceux qui souffrent.
We have all the facts that the animal industry has the greatest adverse effect on the planet.
So if you are not vegan, then you cannot have a big voice about climate change. I've been vegan 26 years.
对，我觉得对身体、对歌唱 对体力各方面，我感觉是非常舒服的。
在吃东西改变以后，身体自然会给你一些很善意的回应。
Veganism is something that is the food of the future.
And it's not a trend, it's a movement.
It's something that's going to help not only the planet and animals, but it's really going to help our health and our life in so many ways.
When I became vegan, it was start of the awakening of my compassionate heart. Because once you start to say I care, then it's like where does that stop?
It became this great awakening for me, and probably the best decision I ever made in my life.
Imaginer vraiment le monde de demain, c'est justement se préoccuper des droits des animaux et être végétalien.
The exploitation of animals for food and entertainment and clothing disappears the moment that we stop paying for it to continue.
So next time you're at the grocery store or at a restaurant, think about where your food comes from and remember that you have a choice. Won't you please join me in making the kind one?
Be vegan, make peace. For more details and free downloads, please visit suprememastertv.com/be-veg.
All information concerning the scientific evidence of climate change and its solution is in Supreme Master Ching Hai's book, From Crisis to Peace, free for download at crisistopeace.org.